Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a truder, welcome to Encased, a game that's got a couple of really interesting things going on that's caught my attention because, okay, this looks very traditional, very familiar. Retro futurist turn-based RPG set in the post-apocalypse where there happens to be a weird mysterious alien dome. Go explore the dome. Okay, classic, we've all seen that before, but as I say, two things going on here. One, the Steam reviews for this are mixed. Now normally I'd consider that a warning, but it's the way they're mixed I find fascinating. There are positive reviews saying, I don't understand why this got so many negative reviews, and negative reviews saying, I don't understand how this has got so many positive reviews, and okay, I love a good divisive game, because just sometimes that's where you find the gems, right in the heart of divisiveness. And two, the trailers are leaning really heavily on one thing in particular, which is they are stressing you can do any dumb roleplay you want and it will provide you with unique solutions to the game's problems, and okay, Encased, challenge accepted. Time to build a character, and here's something you don't always see. Background. So yes, we're all working for Cronus, that's the big corporation that's going to explore the dome, but I get to choose what I do, or rather, where I come from. So, Orange Wing, which appears to be for, yes, people from less reputable backgrounds, but do still get some nice bonuses. Deafness, encumbrance, criminal, survival, gotcha. Then we've got ourselves, okay, White Wing. This is also affecting the gear I start with, and presumably how I interact with other people. I guess if I'm from Orange Wing, people might treat me with contempt, or maybe to my advantage, overlook me if I sneak into a high-level area. After all, I'm just here to empty the bins or something. So yes, unsurprisingly, White Wing people are the super smart scientist sorts. Blue Wing, they're more your builders. Silver Wing is your managers and possibly HR. And Black Wing, the military. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of feeling Orange Wing. There might just be advantages to being underestimated. Oh, I see what we got going on here. This isn't just a special type system. This is literally special. That is strength, perception, endurance, charisma, they didn't even bother to change the name, ditto perception, intelligence, agility, luck. But it's not special, it's special. Because they've put psychic on the end, so okay, well that's going up to 10, yes. Okay, I've just whacked up agility, luck, and psychic powers, because why wouldn't I want psychic powers? And this appears to have gone through to, 1, my psionics is good, obviously, but also, yes indeed, criminal. So what I'm going to say is, I am a criminal who has infiltrated the dome, posing as a humble servant, but instead, no. I'm here to steal something. Get in, murder people with my psionics, get the MacGuffin, get out. The perfect heist. 3 tag skills, well, obviously, we're going for psionics right here because, oh my, I get to just set people on fire. Well, I think we'll be doing that, yes. Oh yeah, we're going all in. Criminal, we're going to be tagging at that, though some abilities, okay, you also need other abilities to have some abilities, but right, we will be doing some stealing, and also movement speed. Okay, I can move faster. Now I can't help but notice as well, this is a bit of an unusual one, piloting. I apparently have a bit of a preternatural ability in the direction of piloting, and good! That means once I've stolen the MacGuffin, I can make a getaway. Which gives me the ability to run somebody over, so okay, vehicular manslaughter, let's flippin' go! Though apparently I need a tech of 20 in order to be able to drive cars, so okay, yes, this speaks to my character, I think, which is, I learnt to run people over before I learnt to actually drive. Okay, traits. So, benefits and disadvantages, and I like the sound of penitent ones. So, okay, some of my friends are dead, and I suffer colossal guilt over this, and as a result of that, incoming crit damage is actually higher. but I get plus 10 to everything as a result. Meaning if I was to just the tiniest amount boost you and you, tech is now 10, and boosted by another 10, that means I could drive a car. Okay, let's go steal the thing that I'm trying to steal, whatever that is precisely. And here I am in the transportation pod with Igor and... Okay, speak to Quentin.
He's side-eyeing the screen skeptically. Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly. However, the general impression is unmistakable. There's something frightening about Bisley.
Okay, recruit him into the heist team immediately.
The orange's face stretches into a broad smile, baring his dentures to the world.
Like everyone, duh. In a black car, under guard. There's other guys, too. The ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the black-winged woman beside him. Her nose wrinkles in displeasure, but she says nothing. As you're about to step away, Bisley nudges you on the thigh, at the same time pressing something cold and metallic into your hand.
Okay, I was right to speak to him. As Orange Wings, we stick together. He's just given me a lockpick. Not least as... Oh, hang on. That symbol in the top left. Okay, I kind of assumed I was, like, here to pay off my debt to society. Like, this was a second chance for me. Like, you know, prison work release or something. I think I might just be a prisoner who's being used as slave labour. So, okay, next up we've got... Who are you, buddy? Are you Silverwing and thus in charge?
When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks.
So if I went for Silverwing, I'd be able to dig into that a bit more. Instead, we need to just politely ask him what he knows about me.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
You know what? I'm going to play along. Alright, I may have done some crimes involving running people over. A lot, actually. But yes, we're going to make amends and definitely not run more people over in a moment. Next up, you'll be the scientist, right?
The thin, pale young woman is sitting at the window, leaning against the illuminator. The glass is slightly fogged with her breath. She turns to you. Her shiny badge reads, Tomoko Kimura, physiologist.
We've crossed the border. No way back now. Even traveling by the funicular wasn't so... thrilling.
The white draws an invisible hemisphere in the air.
Inorganic objects may exit the dome without difficulty, but any living creature dies if transported back to the outside world. That's why we're all stuck here for an indefinite period of time.
Aha! The dome's a one-way trip. Gotcha. And I'm not sciencey enough to ask any further.
A wiry woman in black-wing overalls gestures imperiously for you to approach.
You keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay, not too surprising, and as I was suspecting, I am 100% wearing cuffs. And you're not taking them off, are ya?
Elsa's expression runs from shock to amusement, then settles on a confused smirk. Looks like you've given her a good laugh, at least.
What? No way.
Okay, watch out for Blackwings. They're going to be a problem. When it comes to it, set them on fire first. Alright, and we have made it to the bottom of the elevator, and now we are in the dome. But, can I use the door, given I appear to be, yes, handcuffed for the time being? Okay, good, it's an automatic door. That's lovely. Just remember, trust other orange wingers more than anybody else. Alright, in particular, don't trust the black wings, though Quentin just lost handcuffed. Okay, suggesting somebody somewhere around here is going to take my handcuffs off me.
Just great, Mr. Monty James. With luck like yours, I wouldn't spend any money on the lottery.
Aha! That's why Monty's a bit annoyed. Apparently, his name's dropped off the terminal. So, I could offer to try and register him. I mean, I'm literally a prisoner, but I mean, this could be a good chance to try some criminaling. Okay, let's do some flipping crime. I mean, I'm not that smart, so maybe you, as a nice little friend on my team, could be pretty bloody useful. Through the turnstile door. Oh, sorry.
Warning buzz.
I didn't mean to break the law. I just thought I was supposed to go through.
Come here, please. You have to register.
Okay, he doesn't seem too annoyed. I've not broken too many laws here.
The receptionist doesn't bother to hide his disgust at your orange uniform. He nods at you wordlessly, as if unwilling to waste his breath speaking to you. His metallic name tag reads, Dean Rayhead. Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod.
And, okay. Can I enter my own data? Because I'm all crimey, and I could help my friend out at the same time.
You squeeze into the narrow window, lean over the reception desk, and key your data into the database. After entering Proceed, you return to your seat. Dean mutters discontentedly to himself as he moves back to his terminal.
Okay, I think I just did something impolite, but not a crime.
Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator puts your Selectron on the desktop and pushes it toward you.
This firmware gives you access to all of the Orange infrastructure. The Orange elevator, though it's out of order right now, the residential level, the utility rooms, and limited access to a few other areas for cleaning. One more thing. Please don't try to upgrade the Selectron yourself.
Oh, I was spot on. Orange is a good clearance, because now I can get into other areas to clean them and definitely not steal everything.
To make it short, get your uniform from storage, your weapons from the armory, pass the Psi abilities test, and complete your weapons training at the training zone. Then learn how to use the scanner, avoid anomalies, and properly catalog anything you observe. Last, go to the waiting room and wait for the bus to Magellan.
Okay, so we are firmly in Tutorial Town right now. Got it. Okay, before we start doing his jobs, make sure we have a bit of a scout around, because, yes indeed, we've got ourselves lockpicks and plastics. People have been hiding stuff. No, don't store all the stuff in the toilet. Take all the stuff. Alright, we want all of this, so alright. It's possible explosives could get me through this wall as well. I can also just use this and... Okay, states effects. I am now toileted. Oh, I'm relieved. So by going to the bathroom, I get rid of a tiny amount of radiation. Gotcha. So make sure we wash my hands and then use the hand dryer. And the game is... It's properly keeping an eye on this, so... Okay, vigorous, dry and warm. So, heat resistance down, cryogenic resistance up. Vigorous, initiative up, heat resistance up. So, okay, washing your hands after you use the toilet has an actual mechanical benefit in this game. I admire that, though. Hang on, before we go outside, just shut the door. I've got a stealth mode. Now, if I just go over to, say, here... I'm safe for now. But if I go over here, people are going to see me at some point, right? Yes, people might see me. You know what? Maybe don't be in stealth mode. I feel like it's a bit suspicious for no reason. Now I can definitely, yes, access this. Time to go get myself my kit, my gear, my psionic test. That's going to be very fun. So, okay, you, give me my kit. Alright, time to put on some proper heavy-duty pants. There we go. Proper jacket too. Unfortunately, this isn't really the full set. He's only given me some basic stuff. If I want more stuff, like, say, really cool headgear or a backpack, I'm going to need to buy it, though some of this is a little bit rich for my blood. Okay, I've been given the world's tiniest, most terrible gun, but here's the bit I'm looking forward to. Psychic training, because me, I'm good at that, damn it.
Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrei Mihai, Science Instructor, floats up as well.
So, fun fact, I can also show off. Okay, finally a skill check I can pass.
He jerks his hand back at once, then touches you again, carefully and distrustfully.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know you've got one hell of a talent, huh? Slimy little bastard, you. You want to take my office, I know. But you sure got some power there.
Okay, I've specialised enough in this skill. This guy's worried about me taking his job. I love it. So, I've now got a basic gun, range of, yes, up to 12 meters, could do 15 to 23 mechanical damage, and crit mod 250%. Or, longer range, damage is lower, but, it must be said, this gives me access to my, oh yeah, here's the good stuff, right here, and hang on, where's my set things on fire ability? Okay, time to start doing some crime. Screw this tutorial business, we're going in. So, okay, I can go invisible right here. And down the bottom right are my abilities, including lockpicking. Witnesses investigate, they might figure out what's going on. Just because you don't get spotted at the time, doesn't mean you won't get discovered in the long run.
Someone broke the lock.
Oh, you see like that right there. She didn't see me do this, but she became aware that somebody broke this lock. So okay, might just want to keep my distance. Actually, okay, but don't forget, Monty wanted me to do something. He wanted me to open this door and then sort out the terminal. So in theory, could we actually, yes, use that skill to open this door, get round over to here, use the terminal, get Monty added, congratulations, I've just made a friend. And possibly an enemy, it's hard to say. Also, you can detect me, or only if I get within the red zone. No, once I'm in this mode, actually, I'm pretty much invisible. I'm apparently very, very good at sneaking. So, okay, if nobody sees this door being open, but then again, this guy is going to see this door being open, right? That makes sense. So, wait for him to be turning away. I mean, give it a go while he's over there. So, by hand, 100% success rate. I don't need a lockpick on this occasion. Lock gets picked. Nice and easy. Now, does anybody get really upset? Okay, I suspect that I'm about to be detected. Go, get out of here. I'm literally trying to, you know, help you out, buddy. Like, don't snitch about me doing this, because, like, the entire reason I did this was so that we could get you into the system. But alright, fine, whatever. Okay, if I just break stealth at this point, and I'm now just... Okay. She catches me at the crime scene. I aware breaking and entering is a serious crime. And, okay. Limit myself to a warning. I'm going to say sorry.
I hope we won't see you again.
Okay, back into the armory. And as long as she's not suspicious anything's going on, for the time being, I'm pretty much free to do what I want in here. This is outside of her radius, so she shouldn't be aware anything's happening. Take that straight back in. I love it. Though the big thing is the safe. Can I get away with this right now? And that was a lot of money I just stole from you. Oh yeah, I'll be taking myself a nice backpack just to start off, and I will gladly pay for it in ammunition. Given me, I'm not really an ammo user. One backpack for me, which I don't have on my person, but what can you do, eh? Okay, now that's how you crime.
Hey, you. Yeah, you, lady. Stop blinking like a dummy. I'm talking to you. Don't scrunch your face at me. Come here. I'm talking business.
Oh, here we go. Friend Oranges. Hello, buddy. Okay, my instincts were spot on. Orange loaders can occasionally do a bit of lifting relics, and that's precisely what he's been doing. I can't get to the crates. There are guards in there now. You look like the sort who easily blends in. Sneak in like a ninja. Grab something that's lying about. Don't forget about me. Okay, so I could probably snitch on this guy, go get some stuff, split it with him, or just take it all for me, but he might shiv me. If I stay out of the red radius, this guy's not going to notice me. Now, if I cause trouble, like, say, breaking something he can see is broken, that's going to be an issue. But, for the time being... Okay, I think I've only done, like, half the tutorial, and now I've just snuck away to start doing crimes. So, alright, just get over here, and then maybe I could persuade the guy... Oh no, they were already loaded up and taken away. What a bloody shame. Locked? Well, that's not a problem for me. No, that's pickpocketing. Make sure you get the right thing. We need to do lockpicking. Okay, that's on 7. Gotcha. Relic shards. Relic dust. Okay. Now this looks good. This is the valuable stuff right here. Though the rest of this appears to be... Oh, Get round the back. Time to get back inside. Was able to avoid the guard who snuck up on me a little bit. Back inside. Keep left. No trouble, buddy. Alright, and here's the guy who's... Ooh. Out of position a little bit. So, okay. At this point, we can just stand up.
Wow,
And there we go. Now, I can just give him some money, but he might not believe it. Or I could give him the dust or the shards. Now, I'm pretty sure the dust was not so valuable. I'm going to give him the cheap dust. And you're not the biggest earner. That's okay. There we go. I keep the more valuable relic. And everybody's happy. Oh, and here's exciting. There's a bunch of oranges hanging out here in the bathroom. Hello, lads. What's going on, and can I join in? Look who decided to join us. I want to try your luck. 200 bolts gets me in. I do not know the rules of this game, and I'm about to get hustled. But I'm going to do it anyway. So, here we go. I get 3 bolts. Each round, you can put any number of bolts in your fist, or no bolts at all. Guess how many bolts in total have been hidden. You can only guess a number. No one else has guessed that round. After everyone has a turn to guess, the players open their hands, reveal how many bolts are actually present. The player who guessed the correct number wins the round and loses 1 bolt. Everybody has to win 3 rounds to win overall. So, okay. First things first, I need to choose how many I'm holding. Now, logically, extreme answers are going to prevent other people from guessing, but other people will assume that too. 0 or 3 is the most obvious way to go. Assume everybody out of us 4 chooses 0 or 3. 50-50 split, 6. So I am going to hold all 3. Butch is stirring his pocket, but he might be bluffing. Okay, calm and confident nod, and then Ivan is fussing. He doesn't know. So, pulls his fist from his pocket, presents it, evident he's wavering. So, okay, well, I feel like I'm being hustled right here with people pretending that they don't know the rules. So, it's me up first. Now, I was about to say extreme, but some people might be, yes, not so extreme. I'm going to go just below average and say 5 bolts. So let's start with 5. Now, other people also get to choose theirs. 10. That's weirdly high, but alright, fine. And then, what are we going to do next? He steps forward. 7. Good guess. In the middle is obviously the logical place. Last guy should say 6, because it's going to skew towards the center. And 9. And 2 bolts. Alright, then we've got all 3. And, oh. You can try and cheat. Okay, also, I feel like you should not be able to walk away after people have started showing some stuff. So, show my hand, which was 3 again, and 10. Butch sums up, studying the palms. Okay. Now, why do I get the feeling I am being hustled right now? Okay, last time it skewed high. This time I'm holding 0. I'm gonna say 6 with me on 0 to see if it does tend to skew high. Someone else goes for 5, 9, and 10. Total of 5. So, okay, if I'm on 0 and it was 5, it does seem to skew higher than average. Just. I just remembered that every round that someone actually successfully wins, they're losing bolts. The total number of bolts in the game is... Oh. I forgot the number of bolts in the game was going down, and I haven't actually been keeping an eye on what the correct number of bolts that should be in circulation actually is. Oh, I would be terrible at post-apocalypse prisoner poker. No, unfortunately, I am down at 200 bolts. I was not able to recover from the fact I did not actually figure out what the real rules of the game were.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
Oh, the game started calling me out for getting distracted by side missions. Apparently I was late to the combat briefing, so the Black Wingers are annoyed at me.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all. Go ahead.
Okay, maybe use the gun, not the psychic abilities on this occasion. Okay, pretty standard turn-based combat here. I can see how far I can move, what that's going to cost me, and what I've got a shot at once I'm there. Though, just out of interest, can I use my psychic abilities? I can, and they are so much more accurate. How about we move over to here, and now activate my abilities. So, psionic damage, absolutely lovely. And check this, the reason I can't set people on fire is apparently these things, the gloves are elemental. So I need a fire glove to use the fire abilities. Oh my. A fuel barrel. Now that sounds exciting, doesn't it? But for the time being, Psy-Shock this guy. Whoopily whoop. 15 damage, and apparently that is all we could do. Okay, just for funsies, I'm taking a shot at this thing, though it's not in the firing line. Okay. If I move over to here, that's got to be in the firing line, right? So move over to here, take shot at thing, and... Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's it right there. Back over to my holograph glove, and go defensive. You're going to take a swing at me. Phase shift. Does this mean basically I can just move people where I want to while also doing damage to them? So you then get moved to here. So damage and also naffed off. Love it. Okay, that's pretty cool.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed, employee.
I feel like, as an orange winger, being addressed by a black winger right now, that's high praise. And finally, weird anomalous stalker training. So out in the world, there's going to be weird stuff that's gonna go wibbly, and you need to toss bolts at it to discharge it. So, okay. Toss a bolt right over there. That goes wibble, meaning it is safe for the time being. Also, I just touched the highly radioactive thing with my hands, and I was not supposed to. I was supposed to use the scanner on my Pip-Boy. Don't touch things with your hand. I'm also getting rads right now. Okay. Then toss bolts over to here. Move in this sort of a direction. Now if I want to get past you. Toss another bolt. Get round over to here. Move into... Ooh, a secret. I could dig if I had a shovel. Okay, I will be right back. Oh, I'm being decontaminated. Oh, that's probably pretty good, actually. Here we go. A bit of random trash I found. And 30 future dollars. Boom. I've got a shovel. Now we just do some digging inside the test environment. And I get myself relic dust. That's valuable. I've been picking up all sorts of bits of relic this, that, and the other. Okay, I think with that, the basic tutorial's done. So I can go to the waiting hall to get a bus to the station, except I can't help but notice there's something else right by the shop. I mean, okay, into mysterious backstage area we go. I should be fine back here. I've got myself a lovely... Oh. Okay, this is a different route into the bus station, if that's what I want to do. There's also... Ooh. There's also more backstage areas around the back of the bus station. Okay, loot the backstage area. Remember to use my best friend, the Alt key, to make sure we steal all the things. Oh, hello there, pipe wrench. Okay, melee weapons might be just the thing. Alright, back to where I was. This is a shortcut into the... Okay, you say locked. I feel like me and you are going to be just fine, actually, though. Actually, hang on. Should I be... Close the door, close the door, close the door. Because right here, there's a different door. So, okay, hang about. This is... Ooh. This might bring me nearby to the armoured door where this idiot who runs his shop is, though, unfortunately. If I crack open this door, that guard sees the door and will begin investigating. So we can't just hack open that door. Unless this door control panel... I'm pretty sure that's just for this door. So I should be allowed to be here. Yep, that's fine. Also... Oh. Okay, also someone's got an urgent task. I'll be with you in a second. I'm gonna be honest, your name is Adolf, and just in general, I don't trust any character that somebody made the conscious decision to associate with the name Adolf. And this gets me a, ooh, special relic that makes me more capable of holding things, but less good at the other stuff. So, okay, this is just a magic trait item, if you like. Alright, Adolf, what have you got for me? Mr. Kingsley wants to give me an assignment, but yes, indeed. Why me, when another orange has already passed straight through this area? And you don't want to end up in a detention cell in Magellan? That's what I thought. Okay. You don't get straight answers when you ask questions as an orange. If I was, say, a silver, I'm guessing he'd be a lot more respectful right now. And in here, we've got ourselves... this is interesting. Somebody wants to have a Zoom call with me.
My name is Martin Kingsley. I'm Chief Officer of Magellan Base. We were supposed to meet in person, but unforeseen circumstances prevented that. One moment. I'll grab your file.
Kingsley's face freezes on screen.
I have an urgent mission for an employee of your background and qualifications. I'd have assigned someone from Magellan, but I'm short on personnel. That's why it has to be a newcomer. I apologize again for the rush, but it seems I have no choice.
Martin noisily clears his throat.
maybe you've heard about Nashville Base. While preparing the materials for this mission, I came across a short documentary film about the complex. I think you should watch it.
In November of 1973, a massive network of underground caves and a structure of hitherto unseen complexity was discovered in Sector C-12. Soon afterwards, the construction of C-12 Nashville began. The camera glides through dim caverns as the silhouettes of bizarre mechanisms emerge. Metal structures loom up from the dark, surrounded by earth-moving machines and exhausted miners wearing orange jumpsuits. The speaker continues. C-12 Nashville is an innovative research complex located atop the primary relic mining location. The complexity of this object is unique. Communications. The film abruptly cuts out, and Kingsley's face reappears.
The rest of this information is classified. Hopefully you get the main idea. Nashville is a very special place, requiring people with both special qualifications and special clearance level, though yours will do for your task. Nashville Base stopped transmitting and receiving signals yesterday evening. A reconnaissance group was sent out earlier today, but we haven't heard anything from them yet either. Your task is to get to Nashville, figure out whatever's behind the communication problem, get in touch with the group, and work with them to solve the problem.
The chief officer carefully returns the documents to the folder. You notice his hands tremble slightly.
Go downstairs. The truck must be waiting for you in storage. This task is urgent, but a small delay is acceptable if there's anything you need to settle here first. That is all. Any questions?
Well, now I'm just curious what happens if you ignore his call, break through that door, and go and hijack the truck. Because that sounds hilarious. Okay, speaking of which, it's finally time. All this investment that I've been putting into driving. Oh, well, obviously, we're taking the Jupiter Moon car, yes. Examine the, yes, glove compartment. So, magazines, a road map, lovely. Start the engine. Put your seatbelt on, obviously, and they're now watching me. Is this good? Am I stealing this car? I don't know. There we go. Seatbelt, shift into gear, step in the gas, lovely, and... oh, we are stealing the car. But, like, I'm on a secret mission. They did tell me I was supposed to. Screw it, we're taking the nice car. The car darts forward and quickly picks up speed. A concrete wall rears up out of the murk. You need to turn quickly. The wheel is barely responding. The wall of the bunker is racing towards you. Make a decision. Okay, I'm maybe not as good at driving cars as I thought I was. Rely on your dexterity. When you say dexterity, do you mean like my agility? Because if so, that's good. And we've slightly knackered the paint job, and we are down one mirror, but screw it, we have successfully escaped in my stolen vehicle. Okay, there are now multiple machine gun turrets, but screw it, using car driving, I could just spin the wheel and do something awesome. So, there we go. We've disorientated the turrets. They start shooting. They both miss. And zoom, on I go. Are we out of range? Lean back in the chair. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm a badass. I'm an amazing super badass. And there we go. Roll down the window. Let in the wind. I can at this point just say, you know what? Screw Nashville. I'm not going to Nashville. I could just go to Magellan Station if I wanted to. Yeah, screw your job. I'm going to Disneyland, which I assume Otan Ankara basically is. You turn the car around and head towards the Ankara object. The decision turns out to be remarkably stupid. Heading down your own back trail, you rapidly come across a Blackwing cordon. Several bursts of gunfire interrupt your life. I feel like there's not going to be anything good after this continue. Your earthly path has come to an end. Okay, so my mistake was going to Disneyland. So that's the bloody prologue tutorial thing of Encased, which I'm guessing I could have just done in 5 minutes if I wanted to get in, get my training, move on to the main game. But no, instead I learned a huge amount about the world. I got swindled in a bathroom gambling game, went digging in the baser's garden, and then stole a cool car and made an awesome getaway. Right up to the point where I was shot to death because I decided to go to Disneyland. And that right there is what an RPG should be, damn it. I really felt like I was a prisoner and everybody else hated me and didn't really think much of me, and that was really, really cool. You genuinely got the impression the world was reacting to you. This is smooth, nice looking, voice acting's pretty good, world building seems solid, and it just seems to nail the core RPG-ness of it all, which is you get to play as a character. There's a lot I like here. Okay, watch this space. We might have a little bit more of this. Might well show up as a vote for a live stream. Hopefully you're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Encased. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rad scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet though, I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.